process as we did yesterday. And maybe what we do is switch up the objection. So instead of saying, maybe instead of saying, send me some information, the objection can be, just give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks and then call me back. Because I like that objection because I think it's easy to say, okay, I'll just give them 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But who knows what can happen in that 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, like live with somebody else.
Give me 3 weeks and then call me back. So that'll be the objection. So if we can split up into our groups, do the same thing as what we did yesterday, get warmed up, and then we'll meet back up at 8:15. Okay?
I remember my watch.
All right, so I'm gonna be a seller this time. Okay, so don't worry, just do your best. So, hello?
You don't ring?
Yeah, okay, ring.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, you're.
Yeah. So, and we do it.
Hi, I'm
Sorry.
the
It's all right.
property owner. from
Okay,
3
so,
on Main Street.
Hello?
yeah, this
No
is
idea where she is.
I
No.
was looking online at the pictures of the property, I was curious if you had sold it yet.
So you're calling, so I'm
I'm calling you.
No.
Oh, you're the.
No, I haven't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Ring, ring.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hello?
The reason why I was
Hi,
calling
is this
real
one,
quick,
two,
is
three,
the company advantage you were.
Yeah.
Hi, this,
So it's not on MLS,
It's
or
up.
contract with an agent, I can talk to you about it?
you still own the,
No, it's for sale by owner.
That's good.
Are you still
Okay, I
selling
did
the
see that
property?
here on Zillow.
Yeah,
Usually why I was
actually I
calling
am.
Are you an
was-
agent?
No, I'm not an agent. Let me tell you who I am. My name is Ashley. I was reaching out for my company Advantage, you are a homeowners resource. So we work with a professional network to help owners like yourself really track that right qualified buyer and maximize what they walk away with on the property. It seems like such a beautiful place. I gotta tell you, I'm just curious, why are you looking to sell it?
I appreciate that, but I'm not looking to pay commission.
Why don't you help warm him up, sir?
Okay, I understand.
No,
Okay, so definitely, do you have a place picked out?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, why don't you get it?
Or
If you don't mind, just-
Why do you care? You a buyer? What are you?
That's a great question.
I don't even understand what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, so let me tell you, I mean, with the way the property values are right now, been growing in your area, and there's really a low inventory, I'm just curious, if you had the right price, if you got the right offer on your home right now, you can get it sold, in the next couple of months, really walk away with what you had in mind. Was the conversation worth having for you?
Conversation about what?
Getting you a real solid offer on your home, getting that right price.
Do you have offers?
So do you have a
That's a
buyer?
great question, sir, so
I know, I know at this time.
you're so bad at that. That's a great question, sir. As I said, I'm a homeowner's resource, or my goal is to get you that qualified offer.
At the beginning, less of the calling for my company, because that makes it sound like you work there, like my company.
Okay.
This is
Great job. Great
Tell
job.
me that you get being blown up by realtors, I get that. It's a really, really nice looking home. If you were to sell it, do you have a plan?
I sure do. Yeah, I got a plan.
Okay, gotcha. So, timeframe wise, if you were to get the right offer, you can move right away, or?
Yep, I can.
Okay, great. What's the process been like personally for you through the first 45 days? What are your thoughts on how it's been to sell?
Been okay. We've had some showings, I gotta be patient, you got something to sell, I gotta wait for that price.
Sure, I agree. I'm not sure how much John talked about with you, but we're Advantage U. We're a home sellers resource for sale by owners. We actually help to attract the right qualified buyer through our professional network. And frankly, in the market right now, there's such a high demand for homes. There's very few homes for sale. A lot of buyers out there. So in a market like this, we're actually seeing homes get offers within days and sometimes multiple offers within 2 weeks. So it kind of surprises me that you haven't had something that you've at least considered as far as an offer in the first 45 days.
Well, if you got all these buyers, I come in and brought one to my house.
Okay, well, We actually, that's kind of why I'm calling you. I mean, I don't have somebody like ready to go, but if this home was marketed right, because Zillow, you'll really only get in front of about 20% of the market on Zillow. And the agents that advertise on your page, there's a good chance that they're actually pulling buyers that are looking at your property on Zillow to their property that they make 6%. So I work with Bill Delzell locally here. I introduce folks to him. Are you familiar?
No, I don't know who he is.
Okay. Bill's a multi-million-dollar producing agent, so he sells a lot of property every year. He's a great negotiator. He can take a lot of hassle out of the situation for you, and he can actually get more people seeing your home with the amount of money that he spends on the internet every month marketing his property. And you won't have a situation where these leads are going to other agents that are advertising on your page. I'd like to have him just, you know, a no obligation consultation, just stop out and talk with you and have a conversation about what you've been through so far, what he would do to increase the amount of people seeing your home and get you some offers coming in. And just see if you might like to work with him based on his plan. I can have,
Yeah, that's all I do. Just give me 3 weeks. I wanna try this for 3 more weeks. So call me back in like 3 weeks and we'll see where I'm at.
okay, you wanna wait 3 weeks, I get it.
Good.
I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of the
thank
day, Ron, like, you just wanna net what you wanna net on the home, right?
Yeah.
You don't really care how it's sold, right?
No, not really, but like I said, I need 3 more weeks and I think I'll make some decisions by then. But I think maybe in 3 weeks I get it sold myself.
So in 3 weeks, what would be your plan going over the next 3 weeks that you would do differently than the past 45 days? Considering that most people are selling their home in 2 weeks.
Well, now those homes are gone, so mine's probably one of the only ones left. So sooner or later, the buyer's gonna buy my house.
I love it, Ron.
That's what you're telling me.
I love it, Ron. Well, if you were to get a couple things out of just talking with Bill for about maybe a half an hour at the home that would help you sell over the next 3 weeks, considering he's not gonna bring any paper, he's not gonna bring a sign, you don't have to sign up with him, it's not about that. But if you were to get something out of it that would help you sell over the next 3 weeks, can I just have him stop by and talk with you tonight at 5 or 7?
But what does that cost?
Nothing, it's completely free.
And how long is he gonna have to be there?
He can just stay half an hour if you only want him to stay half an hour. But if you have more questions, he's gonna take as much time as you need so that you've got a plan over the next 3 weeks and you're gonna stay selling by yourself.
Why would he do this for me? He
We
doesn't know
want
me.
we want to be there as a resource for you if you were ready to use us, and if you don't, we want to give you whatever we can to help.
Well, what are you, a charity organization?
No, we're not a charity organization, Ron. We know that if we help you in the right ways and whatever happens over the next 3 weeks, we know that we can be there for you if you are at some point ready to list the home.
All right, you can send him over.
Okay, I'll have to stop over at 5. Is that good?
That's good.
All right, I appreciate it, Ron. Is this the best number to have him call on?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have an email address you want to put over to him?
nope.
Okay. We just hope you keep an open mind to maybe working with him if the numbers make sense. Is that fair?
No, you told me I don't have to work with the guy.
Right, you don't
You
have
told
to
me
choose
he's
him
gonna help
right
me
away.
sell my house.
Exactly. We just want you to keep an open mind through the process. You definitely don't have to say, get this going right now at all when he comes over tonight.
Okay,
Okay, I appreciate it, Ron. Thank you.
all right, bye.
Bye. Where would you, what kind of things would you say to somebody that said?
Well, I probably wouldn't have said, keep an open mind and working with him. I guess you got the appointment.
Right, I'm supposed to have an open mind, that open mind question is part of our, so I just need to know how to use that
Well,
question.
I would just say,
And that,
just
you know.
just keep an open mind when you're talking to Bill. He'll probably give you some great suggestions,
Right.
and maybe some that, you haven't even thought of.
Right,
I wouldn't say about working with him,
okay.
because right away, it would put me, at least me, it would say, wait a minute, you said I don't have to work with him. This
Right.
is free.
Yeah.
He's gonna come over because he's stupid for free and help me sell my house. Good, I'll take advantage of him. But, I just feel we're not letting the agent, do their job. I mean, I can convince anyone to work with me as long as I'm face to face with them, not on the phone.
Yeah.
But if they're already on the defense, because they think that's what I'm coming for, I've got an alternative motive to get there. The motive is, I'm gonna come over, you can ask me any question you want, let me see what you got, let me see if I can make some suggestions. And then at the end of the day, we can, you know, part company, part good friends, or, you know, I wanna bill your realtor when you need me. If you don't think you need me for 3 weeks, fine. But, you know, I'd say that, you can't say that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just, you know, I mean, I don't want you to go off script, but I just think, you know, as a broker, there's a better way. You got me in the door, just let me go in.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, if with that said, you know, keep an open mind, you know, about, you know, thinking about working with them, yeah, I might blow them off.
Right.
I might not be there.
Yeah, I agree,
You know,
I was trying to figure out in the conversation, like,
Yeah.
how to work that open mind question in without.
Just keep an
putting
open
you-
mind. He's probably gonna have some suggestions for you that maybe you didn't think of.
Yeah.
Could be like listing your house,
Right.
you know, but, let the agent do that, you know? So, cause I don't want this, I wouldn't want the guy in the defensive.
Yeah.
I wanna go in there and have him welcome me into his home so that I can build some communication, build some, you know, trust, you know, connect with him. And then who knows, maybe they'll say, no, you're right. You know, if you need 3 weeks, great, not a problem. And if you call, if other agents are calling to prospect your home, I'm more than happy for you to use my name. Tell them you already have a realtor. And they'll stop calling you. You know, if you have a question, let's say somebody comes in and they're thinking about writing an offer and, you know, it's getting to that point and you have a, call me, I'm happy to help you. You know, I want you to refer me to other people, whether I sell your house or not, I want you to refer me. I want you to feel good about me. So, you know, I've had them, well, before you leave, let's get this going. Now, you take the 3 weeks, I tell, take the 3 weeks, I'll come back. No, I wanna start it now. I'm making them beg me to do it. And then they're on board. Well, if you're prepared, you know, to do what I ask you to do, because we have some staging issues here and what have you, I can help you, your house show better too. Would you be willing to do that? Because it's really, honestly, Joe, it's not really ready to sell. Maybe that's why you're not selling it. But let's get it listed. I'll give you all these instructions, and if you're willing to work with me on that, I'm gonna get it sold. But see, I can do that once I get in the house. But I don't think a lot of agents who look at the techniques know how to turn that discovery meeting into a listing meeting. They just don't know, and that's what we're trying to help them with.
How about the, when you said, just as a prospector, when you use the verbiage like, I want to be your realtor when you're ready.
When you need one.
Am I okay saying something like, we want to be there for you when you need us?
Exactly, you can say that. Fine, you don't need us now. You know, but when Bill comes over, I'm sure he's gonna give you some great suggestions, maybe even to help you sell your home on your own. Because we want to be a service for you when you really need us. That's what we do. Well, how do you get paid? Are you a charitable organization? No. When you need us, we'll get paid. Right now, you don't need us, but the suggestions are free. You know?
Okay. All right, we're gonna bring it back together.
He's gonna kill it if you let him do it. I'd let someone else do it. He's got too much information.
So the motivation is they're not going to make.
And I'm sending you my bill.
Their family.
Okay.
And so that's why I find that influence, that becomes the reason why they're interested in.
See, it was about 10 minutes, and $10, $5 an hour.
Like, I only.
Wow,
Has a different
good.
reason. The more you can keep them seller's resource,
It'll be-
I should say minimum of $100.
You can see how that money, because
because
some
we're
of
all
them don't want to
country,
have
we
you come
might be able to
by.
help you.
You have to
Even though you're living
identify
in
that.
Florida.
Right?
Um,
All right.
Anyway, but you did a great job.
And then
Look at you, guys.
I don't know if you would feel or.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that'd be
Fine.
fine. I know it was like.
Yeah, you just gotta get-
And if there's one sold,
Just time.
is that at least worth the conversation?
Okay. How'd we do? You okay? Anyone learn anything?
Yes.
What'd you learn?
We talked a bit more on how to teeter around, some of like the, are you needed question and putting it into not just sidestep for resource, but helping really tie it into their motivation on what you can do for them. So we did a couple of different examples with that.
Okay.
And we also just some of the reframing to keep them on the line, but make it shorter and sweeter.
Okay. Good. All right, let's give it a shot then. You're up. Ron, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm working on I'll give you 3 weeks program.
Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking to speak with the property owner at 123 on Main Street.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, hi, I'm Ashley. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ron.
Hi, Ron. I was just looking online at the property. I was curious if you had sold it yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. Is it on the MLS or contract with an agent I should direct my questions to?
No, I don't wanna pay any commissions.
Okay, definitely. Well, real quick, let me tell you why I'm calling. My company, Advantage U, is a homeowner's resource. So we work with a professional network to help owners attract that right qualified buyer, really maximize their profit. I mean, it seems like such a beautiful property, Ron. Why would you even consider selling it?
Cause I want to.
Okay, did you have a place picked out that you're looking to go to instead? Or?
I'm all set, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, great. So ideally, I mean, when would you like to get this sold in the perfect world?
When someone gives me the right price,
Okay. So there's a way to get it sold now for the right price, really maximize your profit on it, you know, not worry about those pesky commissions, but reach that number in your head. I mean, is that a conversation worth a couple minutes of your time, Ron?
nobody's gonna sell this without a commission if I list it. What happened?
Well, I'm just curious. No one's asking you to list with an agent, Ron. I'm just looking to have a conversation with you. I mean, if there was a way, you know, to really get your home sold and net what you want to get from the property, I mean, isn't that worth a couple minutes of your time?
What does that cost?
It's absolutely free, so I'm just looking to have a conversation with you. It's a free service, no obligation, to see how we can help you out.
Well, we are having a conversation, so tell me, how you gonna help me out?
Absolutely, that's a great question, Ron. What I'd like to do is get my partner Precious, or Mark here on the line. He's a regional specialist in your area, and he knows a lot of information I think could really help you out. Give me 1 second, let me bring him on the line.
Okay.
So we'll pause there. So I thought your opening was awesome.
Mhm.
Like your tone and pace, very, very smooth, which is great. And I think we gotta be very careful, guys, of asking open-ended questions. So there's a difference between a tie down and an open-ended question. So like an open-ended question is, and there's a place and time for open-ended questions, but not on a prospecting call. Like, that's not the place for it. And that would be something like, kind of like what you said, hey, that would, you know, would that be a conversation that worth having for a couple minutes? And what is that doing?
Versus that's conversation, right?
What's that?
I said
Yeah,
versus
and that's a conversation that would make sense for you to have, right? And it seems weird when we say it, because it seems direct, but when you're on the other line and you're listening, it's so hard for them not to just say yes. And remember, what's our number one goal, what we're trying to do from the beginning all the way down? Get them on the what train?
Yes, sure.
The yes train, right? You wanna, in order for this process to work the right way, you're gonna have to probably get 2 or 3 yeses out of them before they'll even consider giving you an appointment. Okay, so, and it can be small yeses, it can be big yeses, just any yes,
Even a maybe.
even a maybe. So, but so why don't you try it again? And then the other thing that I was hearing too is just make sure that you don't say something that's not accurate, because he called you out on it.
Okay.
The commissions.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, he's like, what do you mean I'm not gonna have to pay commission? And it might have been a slip of your tongue,
I'm being so.
probably a slip of your tongue. But who agrees her tone and pace was awesome?
Yeah, she handles
Really
the cover
great
fire
lights.
like you would.
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah,
She was ducking bullets.
She just, yeah, she handles the cover, she just like,
Yeah.
just keeps, but like, it's one thing to duck, like, all of us duck on
Yeah.
that stuff. But you do a really good job of ducking and keeping moving forward is the thing.
Bob and weave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get 'em.
if you can make one note too, I think a really powerful question is, if you got an offer in the next 30 to 60 days, do you have someplace you can go? It's a different question than where are you looking to go, or why are you selling? And it creates a totally different conversation, because if you have a place you can go, yeah, I do, okay, good, so, and most of the time they don't though. You get what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, I had one yesterday.
Yeah.
That, she was, I asked that, not that exact
Yeah.
question, but, you know, trying to figure out where she's going, and she's like, well, I haven't even thought through that yet, so I really don't think I'm ready to meet with you.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So I said, well, we could get together and I could.
She got her house for sale?
It's, expired.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, man.
It was in the thing and I just called it. You were there. Remember? The older, were
Yeah.
you there still?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay, she was an older woman. So anyway, she wanted to downsize out. And so I was trying to figure out where she was going and she's like, I really haven't thought through that yet. That's why I think it's just too soon. And I said, well, what I'm willing to do is come just take a look at your house, give you some insights
Yeah.
and help you to start to put that together. But she just wasn't willing because of that next step. She wasn't sure. So I kind of got stumped. I said, okay, well, I'd like to be able to help you when you are ready.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I don't, do you have any suggestions on that?
Yeah, a couple good questions, follow-up questions to ask from there. Say, okay, well, ideally, would you stay in the area or would you move out of town with family? So just kind of ask the question maybe in a little bit of a different way of, okay, so yeah, that's totally cool. Let me ask you what was the plan when you had it on the market? That's another question.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Because they had some kind of idea at
What
some
was it?
point,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, so when it was on the market, what was the plan then? What were you thinking about doing? Well, I was blah, 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 blah. Okay, so would you do the same thing when you put it back on the market? Something along those lines?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, yeah, well, and then what will happen is you'll figure out what they're thinking and it'll lead you into further questions. And then what you can say is, the beautiful thing about this meeting is, I think I might be able to help you with that or give some suggestions, but this is just a discovery meeting. And then it sets it up for a beautiful tie down because it's, hey, look, ideally, if you could have a solid place to go and the numbers made sense and you could achieve whatever you're looking to achieve, that would be a conversation that would make sense to have, right? And then it's hard to say no to that,
Yeah.
so. Does that make sense to you guys?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, ready?
Ring ring.
Hello?
No, hi, I'm looking to speak with the property owner at 123 Main Street.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, hi, I'm Ashley. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ron.
Oh, hi, Ron. I was just looking online at the property. I was curious if you had sold it yet.
No, are you a buyer?
That's a great question. Is there an agent that I should be directing my questions to, or is it on the MLS?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, real quick, Ron, let me tell you why I'm calling. My company, Advantage U, is a homeowner's resource. So we work with a professional network to help owners attract that right qualified buyer and really not leave any money on the table. I mean, Ron, it seems like such a beautiful property. If you don't mind me asking, why would you even consider selling it?
Yeah, mine.
All right, sir. So I mean, when you do get it sold, do you have a place that you're looking to go, or?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I mean, if there was a way that you could get it sold, in the next 30 to 60 days, I mean, isn't that a conversation worth having for you?
Well, I get it sold. It's online.
Perfect. So if there's a way to get it sold for the right price in a quicker amount of time, really maximize what you can get off of that, I mean, that's a conversation worth having, right?
Did you say your name was Ashley?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Ashley, I'm not paying a commission. I
I,
don't need to.
I get that. No one would want to take away from your bottom line. So I mean, ideally though, if you were able to net what you're looking for on the property and walk away with that number you have in your mind, I mean, does it really matter how you get it sold?
Well, I guess not. It doesn't really matter, but again, I don't see how that's possible.
All right, well, what I'd like to do then is, based on what you're telling me, connect you with my partner, Mark. He's a specialist in the area. He knows a lot about your market. He'd be able to tell you a little bit about what we do.
Is
how
he an
we help people,
agent?
how
Is
to
this
make
Mark
that
an
happen.
agent?
No, Mark is
Okay.
not an agent. He's just a specialist in your area. It's a great question. I know he can help get you better answer than I can. Give me 1 second. Let me get him on the line.
Okay.
Ring, ring, Mark.
Hello?
Woo.
Hi, Mark.
Much better.
Very good, very
Much
good.
better.
Yep.
I'm really concerned though, like when I go to parlay that, because I don't really have much of a motivation, like in my candor, like I know what I would say with Precious, I'd be like, hey Mark, how you doing? I actually have Ron here on the line. He's looking to sell his property actively online. He's hoping to get, a real solid offer in the next 30 to 60 days. I told him you'd be able to help him out, tell him how you've helped others in the past, or what's really the short, sweet way.
From what I gathered in
With
that
what he got.
conversation, and you're definitely dealing with somebody like you're getting the least amount of share you're gonna get on the phone. Like he's definitely the toughest prospect.
Which
that you're
I'm
gonna have.
okay with, but
Right,
like in
so-
getting it
Or the white
to,
dye.
cause like you
Right.
haven't had this conversation with him, so I at least wanna get
Well, there's a little
something,
bit tougher, but,
something to work with.
but he kinda did give you a little bit to work with. He thought that online got it done, like whatever he was doing.
Gotcha.
So maybe an extra question about like, what are you actually doing with your marketing right now? I mean, I don't know.
Or like, is it just on Zillow?
Is it
or
just
are
on
you
Zillow?
doing
You can keep it
something
really
else with
simple, like, is it just on Zillow?
Okay.
Because that, I mean, that's like 20% of the market and they're losing leads to other agents through that. So like, that gives me that, even that little bit, if you were to
Yeah.
get that out of them.
Just,
that he's
you could
all-
also say, with the marketing that you're doing, do you feel that all the prospects who might be interested in your home will be able to find it? No.
You guys have a list of the questions to ask? Like all the physical questions, there's a whole bunch of them. And Ron's got a list, I got a list. You guys, were you ever given a list when you
I
were training?
have that, I don't think she does.
No.
Okay.
I think not.
Got a whole list, but you don't go through the whole list.
No, yeah.
Pick one.
Yeah, you only really need, one of those is like dynamic, you know?
Yeah.
That's what he was saying with his.
I love doing this because
Because
I
if you look on Zillow,
Yeah.
it'll show you how long it's been for sale.
Oh, yeah.
I bet
Over there?
it's Texas Street.
Yeah, if it's like,
Little
Hand it out.
if it says like 30 days,
It's a
25
little bit
days.
different
Yeah,
than what I have, but
It's just,
Like,
it's
you may not
just,
seen it on the.
it stops the seller in their tracks.
You know,
It
it
properties
makes them
in your
think, and
area
if you
are
can get them
selling
not to
less
say
than
something
2
to you,
weeks. I mean,
now you can turn
are
the
you
conversation
marketing the
around.
property
Because
in
now
another
they're
way
thinking,
than
well,
just
geez,
Zillow?
I didn't think of that, you know?
We do have a better way to actually.
The
get
avoid
property
one is
sold.
like a showstopper.
Sometimes
Sometimes like,
property is.
what do you want to avoid this process? And it's not because there's
And
actually
then-
something there that they
Yeah.
can say, it's
Yeah.
because they've never been asked the question. It makes them like,
Is there
they
something,
sit back and they're like,
what is
do
it,
I want?
what is the thing about this whole process you're really trying to avoid? It isn't the commission, I'll guarantee you,
Right.
it's something else.
But,
Yeah. Especially when they're telling you, I'll give you 3% if you bring a buyer. Like, you want all that extra hassle for the other 3% that you're never gonna think about after you sell the
But you know
home.
that avoid question is your lead into the appointment.
Yeah.
Because if they're saying, well, you know, this, that, the other thing, great, you need to talk to this person.
Yeah.
This person can help you avoid that. Okay?
Yeah.
That's their pain. Now you're gonna hurt them and you're gonna rescue them.
okay, awesome. Sales development, you guys are good to go. Have a great day.
Make some money.
Yeah, thanks.
John.
Try to make some money.
The baby in your shoes.
We get a little bit better every day.
John, did you miss Ron today? I mean, did you miss talking to Ron?
I mean, if Ron wants to go, he can go 0-4. It's okay.
I'm gonna take you on that room alone.
That's great.
Love the confidence.
That's right.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanna do a quick review, guys, with just kind of, if you guys have seen this, I'm doing some edits to it currently, but, who does not have this document? I think I gave it to you, right, Jim?
I have it, unless you've updated it. Have you changed anything?
A couple things just now on the fly.
Well,
But
you have the old one.
you have the old one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
Okay, this is something that I used to have just kind of hung up on my wall as like a checklist or something to go down through, because it's different than the flow of the script, and it kind of reminds you of what you're dealing with and what you need to do at each step of the way. So tomorrow what we'll probably do is spend time just kind of going through this a little bit. But it's a very simple document, but after every call, I used to say, okay, I asked for the property address, I asked for the asking price, how well did I overcome the knee jerks? Did I really give a strong benefit statement? Did I use their name at least 3 times? Did I try to get 3 yes responses? Did I find out why they're moving? You get what I'm saying? And it's just a great piece to reflect on a call.
Looks good.
And so I just recommend that if it's tucked away or, okay.
Can we do another one? This is like geared towards AU.
Yeah,
Explain what Advantage U does.
absolutely.
Can we,
Do a different one.
yeah, you know, just create a duplicate of that?
Absolutely. Let me make a note of it and I'll do it today. That sounds good.
You know how to duplicate it, right?
Yep.
Okay. One sec.
You should be asking me shit like that, not him.
Well, honestly, I just learned that. I didn't
Did
know.
you really?
Yeah, like,
Oh.
I didn't know with like in a Google
I'm
document.
surprised.
I know.
I really am. I thought you were like the Google guy or the
No,
master.
honestly, before I started working here last May, I didn't really use Google very much at all.
So you taught yourself all this stuff?
Well, I mean, a lot of it,
Cool.
Isaiah showed me some things.
Every time I try to teach myself something, my computer locks up.
Your computer does all kinds of stuff. Your computer,
My phone locks, everything locks up.
your computer shuts down.
My daughter does our stuff at the party house. She says to me, Dad, don't keep clicking stuff.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Stop clicking.
John, I was downtown for a corporate meeting.
Oh, yeah?
And John was,
Johnny, quick click.
he was, and I went up to him, I said, hey, Johnny, quick click. He's like, oh.
That's funny.
That's what he calls John. Johnny, quick
Oh
click.
my God, he'll show you how to do something and he goes so fast, click,
Yeah,
click,
you're
click,
like-
click, 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 and you go like this.
I know.
Where did you go?
I always have to, no, stop, wait, slow down, where did you go?
I just look at him, I want, you're no trainer, you can't help me.
So are we, at this point, gonna continue
Yep.
doing the dialogue?
Yep.
Can we, I'd like to volunteer Ange to, be the caller
Okay,
and help him to,
Angel's on the hot
yeah,
seat.
because we did our
Yes,
back and forth and I'm helping, but I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have him do it with somebody else too and,
you got it.
and get better, so,
You got it.
who do you wanna call, Ange?
There's nothing going on.
Wow, you're going right for the top, okay.
Give it to me.
All right.
See if you can make
Go
it
easy.
stutter a little bit more.
Started, all right.
If I go easy on him, he'll have false confidence.
Okay, all
I
right.
want that to happen.
Blast him, Ron, blast him. All right, so,
Ring, ring.
Hello,
Hi, is this, the owner of 123
Actually,
Main?
I'm sorry, just to set the stage here a little bit, because I don't want you to feel flustered.
Okay.
At any point, I may stop you, only because I want to capture in the moment of what happened, so we don't forget it, and so it's fresh in your mind.
Okay.
So just don't get too crazy or flustered. It's called hot seat, so when there's something that is a little off, we stop and then we just start over again. We keep going, fix it, keep going, fix it, keep going, fix it, and then until you make it all the way down the script.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Nope, sounds good.
All right.
Ring, ring.
hello,
Hi, is this the owner of 123 Main?
yep,
Hi, this is Angelo. What is your name?
Ron,
Hi, Ron.
All right, so we'll pause there. So, and you have not been taught this yet, okay? So, but I think it's a worthy time, because so much especially when you're on the phone, it's not so much of what you're saying, it's actually how you're saying it, so your tone, your pace, hesitation, modulation. So when you call, you kind of want to like imagine in your mind that Ron, Ron, he's like,
Yeah.
you're just having a conversation,
Is
you know
this,
what I'm saying?
is this Ron?
Yeah, and yeah, like the tendency is when we first start calling, at least what I did, I sounded timid, but that timidity comes across to the other person. Does that make sense? So it's almost like a tone of a little bit of confusion, but you're still confident, and you're just making a call to a person as if you're just inquiring about their property. So in your mind, just think, I'm not trying to get something out of this person, I don't need this call to happen, you get what I'm saying, just a position of strength.
Right, that's what they're trying to be more relaxed, it's just like
Yeah.
a basic.
Yeah, you're just having a talk, you're just talking.
I think that's the
Yeah,
very well put. I mean, besides, that's probably gonna be the most
yeah,
hardest thing for me to do.
and it is for everybody, it was for me too, so, it was for me too. I'd get red in the face, I'd start sweating, I would be so embarrassed on my calls, like, and even now when I go back on the phone, the first three or four calls, I feel myself getting a little jittery, you know what I'm saying? But it's a natural feeling, and it's okay, and it's like one of those things, you just kind of embrace it, and you just get through it, and then it gets a little more comfortable
yeah.
on each call.
that's the number one reason why agents don't
That's
trust
right.
me.
Yeah.
Because you gotta kill a few people before you rescue them.
That's right.
So you practice on live sellers, you
Yeah.
have to, and you're not, until you're really good at it, and all of a sudden you start to see a difference.
Yeah.
So you just do it.
So anyway, tone and pace is more important than actually the words you say.
Was I going too fast?
So here's what it sounded like, and
No, I love this one.
Okay. So it was like, hello, Ron, is this Ron? Oh, hi, Ron. This is, it was like really just light, really kind of customer servicey.
You had to think of who you were.
Yeah, you had to think of who you
You
were.
couldn't remember your own name, like, who's this?
Let's try it again.
You were gonna
I
get
did it
it.
because I knew I should have started out with
It's
this,
okay.
Ron.
We're doing great, man. This is good. This is how we get
No,
better.
no, I-
Yeah, this is all
I'm okay
good,
with
man.
it.
This is all
We're in
good.
the gym.
You little boy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, is this the owner of 123 Main?
Yeah, it is.
Are you Ron?
I am.
Hi, Ron. My name is Angelo, and I'm with EXP, the Dream Team. Are you still selling your house?
Yeah, are you a realtor?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. Bye.
Uh,
Click.
I can understand. Ron, did you
Go on.
click already?
I already hung up.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
So why don't you hear me do it just for a minute?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
And then you can go back and try to do it,
okay.
okay? So. I gotta get my zone.
Yeah, you get your zone. Breathe deep breath.
All right. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Ron?
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, this is Isaiah Colton over here with the Dream Team at EXP. I was just giving you a quick call because I saw that your property was for sale, and I was just wondering, did you get any acceptable offers on it yet?
Who are you again?
Isaiah Colton with the Dream Team of EXP.
You're an agent?
I'm pretending like I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually, I am an agent, and let me just tell you why I'm calling, Ron, because I know your phone's probably getting blown up. But anyway, so I can keep going, but I just want you to catch the first part of it. What did you hear? My tone, not so much the words I was saying.
Stop the hang up is what he did.
So, what did you hear in my tone? Was I going too fast? Was I going too slow?
No, but you were getting to the point before. Maybe you had a chance to hang up? That's it?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Right?
Yeah.
I want you, it's so hard because we get focused on the words, but it's not about the words right now. It's
Right.
about the first layer has to be tone and pace.
Okay.
So I was hoping, and I'll do it again, but don't listen to the words I'm saying. Just listen to my tone and my pace and my hesitation and modulation.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yep.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Ron?
Yep.
Hey, Ron, this is Isaiah Colton over here with the Dream Team of EXP. I was just giving you a quick call because I saw your property was for sale, and I was just wondering if you had an acceptable offer on it yet.
Are you a realtor?
Actually, yes, I am a realtor, and let me just tell you why I'm calling. I was calling because I saw the home was up. It looked like a really, really nice home, and I was wondering if you got an offer like in the next 30 to 60 days, if that would be acceptable for you.
Do you have a buyer?
Good question. I can't say that I do or don't right now, Ron. We specialize, Ron, in helping homeowners like yourself attracting the right qualified buyer. And the market's so hot right now, and the inventory is really, really low. And I was looking at the pictures here. It seems like a nice home. What made you want to even consider moving out of it in the first place?
I wanted to,
You wanted to, absolutely. Why did you want to?
because I want to. Do you have, I don't pay commissions here. Would you say your name's
So
Isaiah?
we can keep going, okay? But again, don't pay attention to the words right now, the tone and the pace, okay? So why don't you try the first part, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Do you have any comments? Did you have a comment?
To your point,
Yeah,
one of my mentors taught me, it's not the words you say, it's the music you play.
yeah,
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I think what you're trying to tell him is just to assert yourself a little bit more.
Yep.
Okay, and and actually just forget this for now.
Yeah.
And just talk to Ron and just speak with a little more assertiveness in your posture.
like you were in our interview, man.
Yeah.
Like your interview, your posture in the interview is great.
Remember when we were in the interview and you were talking about, listen, it takes me a little long to get, you were saying this to us, you're like, it takes me a little bit to get stuff, but when I get it, I got it.
Yeah,
And you said, this and that, you were talking about your builder experience and everything, again, just kind of step into that posture when you're talking to Ron, and just wing it.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
wing
just
it.
'cause I could feel the butterflies.
I know, man.
I almost feel like I'm on the phone.
No, you gotta,
I'm so much better in person maybe than
you
I am
gotta,
on the phone.
sure you
well,
are.
I was too, but but this is such an important
We
skill
have to learn.
for today's market.
Yeah.
And what's beautiful about this is we're fighting with a metal sword right now, instead of the wooden sword, right? It doesn't,
Right.
so.
Gladiator,
So
love the
we get
movie.
Yep, so we get back.
Gladiator, love the movie.
Yeah.
I'm a gladiator.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, and just pretend it's not me, because you'll have no idea what's coming.
Okay.
You're just making a call. You have no idea what I'm gonna say. Forget everything else you've seen us do here. Just call me.
do the ring.
Hello,
Hi, is this the other 123 Main?
yes, it is,
Hi, is this Ron?
it is.
Hi, Ron. My name is Angelo from EXP Realty, the Dream Team. I
Okay,
was wondering, is your house still up for sale?
yeah, it is.
Do you have a realtor?
No, I don't, man, I don't want one, I'm not paying any commission, and oh my God, I'm getting killed with phone calls from you guys.
Oh, I can understand.
Why don't you
that.
just leave me alone?
Oh, I can understand that, Ron. Ron, if I could I just ask you a few questions on, do you have like a marketing plan to sell your house?
Yeah, I've got it, I've got things going on, I'm getting calls on it, I'm showing it, but, you know, I'm not paying any commissions, I know I can get this done on my own.
How'd you do your advertising?
What do you mean, what difference does it make? I got it on Zillow, like I said, it's only been on the market for about a month, I got a lot of time, I'm in no hurry.
Did you know, on Zillow, only 20% of the prospectors, see the listing?
What are you talking about?
20% of the buyers, when it's on Zillow, get to see that it's for sale.
How do you know that?
I know that because, you know, that's my profession and that's what I do.
Well, where'd you get those statistics from? Boom!
It's all right.
Wow, you really gave it to me.
No,
there.
that's good, man, that's good. That's
Just
good.
remember, if you're gonna say something like that, know where you
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
You could reference the first, where you found it first, according to the National Association of Realtors, blah, 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 blah.
I think what will help too is if you can get this somewhat internalized,
Yeah,
it'll help you, that way you don't have to think as much. and-
just keep praying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
when I'm like you guys,
Yeah.
wasn't thinking, I was just talking.
Yeah, but it's tough until you can get it somewhat internalized, so. I just wanna go over the difference here, and kind of try to break the psychology of the script down for you, okay? And then if you could, between today and tomorrow, is just role play with your, role play, keep talking through it, reading through it. I'd recommend getting like a recorder, even if you have a recorder on your phone of some kind, and just listening to yourself. Just keep going through it and through it and through it, okay?
Okay.
And so,
Great job, Tom.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Honestly, so the best way is just keep calling.
It's the hardest part, at least that I found, when you're brand new
Yeah.
and you're trying to break through.
Yeah.
And it's like, you get stuck,
Mhm.
it's hard to do that.
When
So
I met you guys, the only thing I swallowed hard is what you said about the phone call.
yeah, but
I
look
don't
at
know
the
why.
progress you're making though. You're making
Right.
good progress.
Well, I like what you guys are doing, so
Yeah.
at first like, you're gonna, they're gonna be pushy to people, but you're not.
No.
You're not pushy, and I like the way you guys do everything.
Yeah.
I just, if I could just be myself and relax.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, but I just want you, the value in getting good at this, it's huge, insurmountable. Yeah, it's.
I always say my thing is, it's like asking out a girl.
Yeah.
So I heard on the radio the other day, the guy,
a
and
good
it's not a
analogy.
girl, for the prom, he set up this big thing, he got turned down, he was crushed.
Yeah.
So they're asking, what would you do? And I'm saying, I was gonna come and say, well, I says, what I was always taught, if you ask one girl and she says no, don't let it bother you, because you ask 100 out, and eventually you're gonna get a yes.
That's right.
May not be as good looking as the first one, but you'll get her, yeah.
I'm not gonna get her.
I want to bring his hair a little bit more, Ron.
So just to break down the psychology of the script, so I'd recommend in the beginning, following this pretty close, okay? So I'm just gonna break it down line by line, and get through as much as I can for the next 10 minutes. And I think this is a good refresher for everybody too. So if you notice this, hi, my name is, and so here's the thing, like, when it comes to an opening statement, it's different for everybody. So like, I might say, is this Ron? Or I might say, hi, my name is Isaiah, is the owner of the home there, if I don't have a name. So you switch it up depending if you have a name or don't have a name, okay? But classic is Ron. Hey Ron, this is Isaiah Colton. I just wanted to give you a call to see if you were still taking offers on the property. I'd recommend in the beginning, because you're gonna get kind of blasted, is not saying this is Isaiah from the Dream Team of EXP or from EXP, because it sends a trigger that will give you a whole bunch of knee jerks. And so you are going to identify yourself a little bit later on, okay? but it'll let you get through the initial call. I'm able to do that because I am able to handle all the responses and the knee jerks as quickly, so it doesn't, I don't mind it.
Right.
But in the beginning stages, I personally recommend not stating, "Hi, this is Isaiah Colton from the Dream Team of EXP, and I'm here to list your property." That's
Really-
basically what it comes
He's,
across.
he's on defense because he knows you're real.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, right away.
So if he asks though, if he asks,
I have a line for that. Yes, you tell them.
then you say yes.
Yes, you tell them, but there's a good transition that we're gonna take.
Oh, yeah, you have to. If they ask for
Yeah.
sure, you have to identify yourself.
And we're not trying to be evasive. That's not the point of it,
Right.
okay?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
not at
No,
all.
I just wanna make sure we're clear. We definitely wanna clearly identify
So
ourselves.
you wanna get more on a, almost like a personal level with them.
That's right.
At first, already, and then,
That's right.
I mean, I could see it, I just gotta put it together.
That's right. So that's the psychology of this first line here, okay, is that you're just trying to get a dialogue going and get them talking. And that's why it's a question, okay? So, I just was calling because I wanted to see if you're still taking offers on the property, if you've sold it yet. And now they're talking. No, I didn't sell it. Some of them, you ask this question, they just go off. They just tell you everything from one question. Like, they'll be like, no, I haven't sold it yet, but I had 3 people come and look at it yesterday, and it's been on the market for 2 weeks, and I really, they'll just go off on that one question.
And then my nephew came over.
Yeah,
and-
they just go off.
Then you gotta bring him back.
Then you gotta bring him back.
That's probably a good thing, cause you're.
And we had soup and he brought a pizza.
I had to do my laundry.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this first question, which you see the 7 steps on the screen, is building rapport and qualifying. That's your first goal. And building rapport is not in the sense of talking about their dog or talking about their best, it's literally just trying to get them talking about their house, what they're looking to do. And when somebody else talks about themselves, you instantly build what? Rapport.
Like a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Rapport is different. Rapport is, it's more of a, rapport in this sense is, I guess in its simplicity, in this sense, it's them willing to even talk to you. Like carrying on a conversation where there's where there's some respect level there.
Future is the first step of a connection.
It's the first step of
Very
an
first
actual
step.
connection, yeah, is to find some,
Common ground.
that's the better word for it, common ground, yeah,
We had a client that made it, put an offer.
common ground.
Foreclosure planning for him, he wants a certain spot, and he sat on that,
Mhm.
and his wife, and so I met him, I showed him 4 or 5 houses now, it's been like a month since I talked to him.
Mhm.
But I just found myself driving the house and thinking about him yesterday, so I call him up, and we just have a conversation like we're almost friends.
Mhm.
I mean, which I do, I like him, we kinda clicked, but I got him to the house first, and then we started conversating. He's actually sent me over some people that he knows that says, look, try him, he's a real good realtor and stuff like that. But have a conversation like it's nothing, just call him up, I'm not tense or something, I just call him up and have a conversation.
That's right.
So I was more relaxed,
That's good,
and I guess
that's good.
with the phone calls, I mean, as soon as I said, I'm like, I felt a little bit of butterflies in here, and I don't know why, I think when I call
Are
him.
do you have trouble talking to strangers for the first time?
In face
On
to
the
face,
phone?
no,
On the phone?
yeah, I
Okay.
probably do a little
Okay,
bit.
yeah,
It's
and
a
that's
very,
fine.
it's a
Yeah.
very natural thing.
And I noticed that, when I first talked to him, it's like, did I see
But
something?
you can
wrong?
overcome that, believe me, by
Right.
doing it and there's another word for fail in this program, it's called next. You just next, and it stops.
I mean, I think I should be able to do it, Ron.
You will.
I mean, I go into a poker game, and you see 1 or 2 people say hi to each other. When I walk in, everybody says hi to me. I joke, I make friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody likes me there. Oh, it ain't like,
Pretend you're
it ain't
playing
like it
poker.
is. We out here, and I hear all this kind of stuff. But sometimes when I first talk to somebody on the phone, I do find myself lock up a little.
You're waiting for that, what do they call that, rejection? You gotta take rejection as a compliment, it's a training process, that's what it is. Just like you said about getting a date, got rejected, uh-oh, got a girlfriend.
But it's funny, I don't know why, because when I was selling pools, I was running the shop for my buddy just because he had known me to do it, we've been friends forever. I told him I'd do it for a little while, so I was running the whole pool store. When I would talk to people and they'd be calling me customer, I could change a person's mind from going one place to another. It was all true, I wasn't lying to them or nothing like that, it's just what we offered.
But the first
And it
time
was-
you ever did it, you didn't. Right?
Right.
So it's just brand new, that's all.
Yeah.
It's just
I
brand-
guess
Yeah.
because I was good right at it at first, but I had a lot of experience. I installed pools for a long time.
Right.
So
But you've got experience selling
experience
houses.
is there. Yeah.
If we could, the only way we're gonna get better is if we can keep going through this.
Yeah.
Just practice.
So,
Right.
yep, let's practice it. So, so does that make sense, the first step, build rapport,
Yes,
find common ground?
yes.
And so, what's gonna happen after this first line, there's something called knee jerks and objections, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna get into those, we're gonna get into handling a knee jerk and objection, a reflex response, we'll get into that. Okay, but the first layer of it is just building this report and then getting into questions. So if you look at here, then if you go down, I put acknowledge, sidestep, tell them why. We're not gonna go over that today, okay?
Right.
But that's there. And if you look here in the next line where it says, are you still selling it on your own? Or are you listed with an agent that I should direct my questions to? So that part is the qualification. You wanna make sure that they're indeed not listed with an agent. That's why that's there. So just because you're for sale by owner doesn't mean that you're not working with an agent necessarily.
Right.
And you wanna make sure the information's not outdated. You just don't wanna end up, there was one call, actually, I got the whole thing. And I put my partner out on the appointment, and he was actually listed, had a contract, it was like a flat fee service, but he was actually with,
That's what I was asking. What I was
yeah,
thinking about.
and he couldn't do business.
And
And
sometimes.
the agent called and got pissed, so
Yeah.
you just gotta be really careful.
Sometimes we got my notice on, sometimes with that, the realtor has nothing to do with it, they just listen, but sometimes you actually have to give them the contract, and they want the contract,
Right.
so there's different ways.
So that's the qualifying
That's the
step.
qualifying
And
step.
then the next step is.
Yep, and then the next step is, if you didn't catch their name, that's there. Most of the people you're gonna be calling, you're gonna have their names now, okay?
Okay.
So you probably won't have to do that. And the goal is to get to this question as quick as possible. And I call it transitioning. Because the transitioning is the most important, having a quick transition. So, okay, so if you got an offer in the next 30 to 60 days, a price that you wanted, you have a place to go. Why do you think we're asking that question there?
To see if their goals are set, see if their goals are set.
Yeah, that's part of it. If I can get them thinking about a positive thing, having a place to go, or if they don't yet, that could be a pain that I found out in one question. It could be one or the other.
That you could come in and maybe
So,
offer them help on something like that.
Where does that, what step is that? Where you're asking that when you're transitioning, so I get the building report qualifying, step two, building value, is that the benefit statement?
we're in building value right now,
We are,
because I can't build value until I know
the
the
motivation,
motivation.
okay,
So we're in the building value step.
okay.
Yeah. So that's where, like, the biggest mistake that a lot of our ISAs make, they can't ever build value because they've never really found the pain and motivation. So they'll ask a couple quick questions, and then they just skip on and they try to go to the appointment, and they can't create urgency. So they'll go from they'll go right from here. They'll go right from here, they'll skip these two steps, and then they'll try to ask for the appointment, and they wonder why they're getting blasted.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have their pain and motivation, so it's impossible to really build any value, and it's really hard to create urgency to want to meet, because you're basically saying, I'm a realtor, and I want to meet with you to sell your home, and you don't know me,
Yeah.
and,
Why should I?
Why should you?
So the questions are to uncover the motivation.
Yes, sir, that's right.
That's why we're asking the questions.
Yep.
And, oh, sorry.
So, but is there a difference between the motivation and the pain?
They kind of
They
go
can.
hand in hand sometimes. We tend to think, because pain can be very motivating.
Yeah.
But also there's also positive, there's a pain and a gain, I guess. And there is a distinct difference. So like a motivation could be, the way that we say it anyway, I want to be able to move closer to my kids. right?
Right.
It's kind of a motivation and a pain. It's
Right.
like, the pain is if I can't be closer to my kids, then,
Right.
you know, or maybe.
So like, so the pain, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
just, the
that's
pain, the pain is the drill down on the motivation.
Yeah.
So you wanna
yeah.
move to be your kids, well, why? You know what I
Mhm.
mean, like, in figuring out, well, because I wanna be close to them, I feel, disconnected from them, you know, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and the art of it is figuring all that out without asking
Right.
the why.
Cause like, who are you?
Yeah. But usually the real pain, or it's a third layer or fourth layer deep. So like, especially with a guy, somebody like Ron, you know, like, yeah, I'm not moving, or yeah, I just wanna move.
Right, what do
Okay.
you do with that?
Yeah, I just wanna move. And so, but what motivates Ron is probably finances. Where yeah, he's got other motivation, but really his top priority is getting the money he wants, and if he can't get that money, he's gonna put a front on like, you know, like nothing else matters. In the meantime, his wife is like that one, his wife has the real motivation. So if you can sometimes you just gotta break through and hit the finance hot button, and to get to the in-person to find out what the real motivation is.
There's two things, there's poker face
Yeah.
and poker voice.
Right.
And you're hearing poker voice.
Poker
I'm
voice.
not gonna show you my hand, you know, why would I?
Yeah.
Could be because I'm embarrassed.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
know, you just
He
don't
lost
know.
his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know, and he's gonna put on that arrogant, you know, I'll handle this or whatever, and believe me, I tell you, push too hard, he'll hang right up,
Yeah.
because he doesn't wanna answer your question.
So sometimes you gotta shorten it down and just try to ask a couple good tie downs and get that.
So the tie down, is that the trial close?
Yes, actually, tie down happens right before actually, yeah, the tie down is the trial close. They say yes, then you go right into the trial close, let me put it that way. Like, if they're like, so Ron, if it makes sense to you, if there was a way to show you the net what you need to do, take some of this hassle, potentially even get more for your property, that would be a conversation that would make sense to have, right?
And I'd be a fool to say no.
It's tough to say no to
It's
that.
tough to say no to that.
And it's a theoretical question, it's just an if.
Yeah, are you sure you're asking enough for your home?
Mhm.
Are you getting the highest possible price out there?
Yeah, it's just an if, it's an if question, but in a way that it's hard for them to say no to. And if they say yes to that question, yeah, it's time to go for the trial close.
We should make a list of trial, tie down questions.
Mm.
Like, I have a lot of questions for discovery.
Yeah.
Are the,
We have tie downs, yeah.
you do have a tie down?
Yeah, I can give it to you.
Yeah, and any of these 14 are tied down.
You can turn them into tie
Yeah,
downs.
Yeah.
pretty easy.
So,
So if, yeah, okay, I get it. So, but like, just for me, like, what's really helped me is like this list of
yes,
questions
we can,
for the build value, but then the tie down.
Yeah.
Like you just said, if you could net what you need to net, and we could take some of the hassle out of the whole transaction, would that be a conversation worth having, right? You know, it'd be nice to have like, so just. in case.
I'll copy the one that I got.
All right, do that.
and there's a tie down that's designed to lead you into an appointment, and there's a tie down that's designed to just get a yes. So for example, so it sounds like what you're saying, Ron, is you just don't wanna pay commission, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say, is that the only thing that's bothering you right now in this process?
Yeah.
Is the commission?
Maybe not, it depends where you're at, because there's a difference between a soft objection and objection, I don't wanna get into like an objection side.
Right.
But it like, yeah, I don't want, like, let's say it comes out early, like, yeah, you know what, if you're trying to get me to list with an agent, I'm not paying a commission. Yes, it sounds like what matters to you the most is you just wanna make sure you can net what you need. Yeah, that's it. Well, then it leads you right into the next one, which is, so there's a tie down that's designed to transition to the appointment, and there's a tie down just to get common ground.
Yeah.
That common ground.
Okay.
So,
I love it when they say, what do you mean net? Some sellers have said, what do you mean net?
uh-huh,
They don't understand how the
Right.
process works.
yeah.
And the minute you say, well, let me explain this to you, can you give me 2 minutes, I'll explain this to you.
This is great.
I have this document, I just shared it with Ron, so we can print it all out. You guys can have it. There are some samples, Jamie, not maybe worded the best.
I have that document, this one.
Yeah. you can kind of take some of that, like, so for example, there's kind of, so for example, if you bring a buyer, I'll pay 3%, so it sounds like you're trying to save them commissions. That's actually a tie down.
Yeah.
So you're trying to, but I would say, so that tells me you're only trying to save 3%, right? Because you're already gonna pay 3, so
Right.
you're trying to save 3,
Right.
okay?
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah.
It might help too, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I'll do is when I don't feel like I'm flowing in 1, 2, 3, and 4 really well, I will write down the sales triangle right in front of me. And it's as simple as the top of the triangle, it's probably in stuff that you've already gotten from
The empathy.
yeah, and it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4. Empathy is the building rapport. Tie downs in the middle, you use it when you need it. Verbal advantage, which is like your benefit statement. The tie down, and then the close, and it just keeps going around like that. And I'll write that right on my paper when I feel like my conversations are getting out of whack. And I'll just keep that in front of me, just so I remind myself, like, I'm empathizing, I'm adding a little benefit, I'm tying down, and I'm closing, and I'm just like.
And then the verbal advantage is the transitional statements in between it all, so it sounds like an actual conversation.
So it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, it's right there.
So,
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
for you, Inge, we're talking about a lot of advanced stuff here. I think if you could just focus on internalizing this script, that's your first step.
Okay.
And then if we come back tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll just kind of let you get through it a little bit more. So,
He's making calls with Jamie, so he's listening to Jamie, that's gonna help a lot.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Because that helped Jamie a lot listening
Oh,
when
sure.
you were doing it.
Was I better in the phone calls when it was just me and you?
I think you did great the whole day today, man. I think you're really just learning, you're making a lot of progress, and every day it's gonna get easier.
Well, no, I agree, but I mean, with me and you, it seemed like I was a lot more smoother than when I talked to Ron, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were, but I mean.
That goes for
Dr. Ron
everybody.
said-
That's for everybody.